Ha ha ha, I was muted. Hello. Scuffy Doo is here to stay until I get around to rigging my big girl model. But in the meantime, we're here, yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna get back to all this madness because, yeah, I did work on it a little tad bit off stream. As well as sketched out another one, but yeah, we gotta get working on these bad boys. Also, I was thinking about this for quite a while, but I did add the little like stream fishing game. So if you use !fish, you can now start fishing on my stream, and it'll just pop up in the corner, and then you can start, and it'll like fish for random stuff. So yeah, I just set it up literally right before this, so I hope it works. Oh, I see. Uh-oh. Hang on, maybe I didn't do it right. Oh, you know what happened? Hold up. Okay, I put it over here. Oh, maybe it did work. Hang on. See, this is what I get for rushing into this. Okay, it worked. It was just hidden. Okay, let me put that there. Okay, that should work now. It will appear on the corner of the screen, but yeah, so now you can fish. Oh my gosh, a junk vape. Most of these are like the default fish that come with the mini game, or like the little plug-in thing. But I did add a few custom ones, but I know there's like a lot in existence already, so I don't know if we'll see any of the custom ones. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're back to these trading cards that we're gonna have for the wedding. I think I've said it before, but I'm not gonna do all of them on stream, but I will do at least a few of them. But yeah, we sketched everything out, so hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward. I did copy over the eye shape from one of the other cards that I did because I kind of liked it, and I just kind of tweaked it a little bit to fit this angle. But yeah. Oh, a red crayon. Yeah, I did draw that also like right before stream just to see if I could figure out the custom fishing things. So yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what other commands come with it. I think there's like a leaderboard and stuff like that, but I know I enjoy the lurk bait plugin in other people's streams, so I figured I should add that to mine as well. Because, yeah, if there's a perfect type of stream to go fishing in the background in, it would be an art stream, I feel like, because everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. So, yeah. Let me know if everything sounds okay. I haven't touched anything. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna stream until like a few minutes ago. I was still kind of going back and forth, and Kai was like, "You should stream." And I did talk to Blanket earlier in his chat, and he was asking if I was gonna stream, and I was like, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. I was hoping to draw Psyduck this week, but it's looking like maybe it won't happen this week, which is okay. Things happen, but maybe next week. Which will probably keep going forever and ever, but I do want to draw Psyduck. I should make this a little bit smaller. I was surprised I woke up on time for the Nintendo Direct this morning, because I didn't know about it until like after stream yesterday, or like during stream when Vanilla Mochi brought it up. And then I didn't set an alarm for it, but I heard Kai's alarm go off for it, so then I was like, cool, I'm awake. No, Psyduck! I know. I almost want to do it. I don't want to do it on my own because both Kai and Vanilla have expressed that they want to, but finding a time where everyone's available has proven to be difficult as it happens, but maybe next week. Unless we want to do Friday, but I know Kai and I are getting ready for a weekend thing on Friday, so I don't know if we'll have time to do that. But yeah. Okay, I think we can get rid of the. Oh, not that one. This one. Yeah, so I think off stream I added some stuff to the desk. Or at least the line art for it. All that stuff was like sketched out already. You can see I kind of moved things around a little bit too. I did scooch Kai over a tad bit, but yeah. Okay, that nose placement does not look right. Speaking of noses, excuse me. My bad. Whew. Okay. Do I like that nose? Maybe it's the eyes that I don't like. I know I said I liked it, but maybe it will look better when I color it. I hope. Or if I make his face longer. I was looking at it and I feel like maybe the face shape is a little off. It might be the problem. Like, I feel like maybe it should be a little bit lower and then everything gets brought down a tad bit. Because now he looks a little like round. Oops. We kind of tapered a little earlier. Oh, man. This music kind of fits the mood, I think, because most of the day I thought it was Thursday. And then it turned out it was only Wednesday, and I was pretty sad. So now we're just chilling, accepting the inevitable, which is 2 more days of the work week. Not that work has been bad, it's definitely been less stressful than the last couple of weeks that I had, but at the same time, it like sometimes the slower work days make things worse. I think like it just makes the day drag on so much more. I was really productive this morning though, which I was honestly kind of surprised about. Something about his mouth does not look right. Maybe that needs to be like a smaller thing too, but I do like that I lowered it a bit. If we go, could be too wide too. That could be the problem, or a problem. Because like I have to remember that he's technically farther than he was on the other card that we drew. Here. I don't want him to look unhappy, but maybe that's all right. Ooh. Yeah, it'll be pretty chill, pretty quiet today, I think. I'm not like super tired, but I don't feel like I have as much energy as I did the last couple days. But I think that's okay too. Not everything needs to be high energy. I made sloppy joes at lunchtime. They were really good. Really messy, but really good. Actually, okay, not as messy as I thought it would be, because we had sloppy joes the other day too, because we still have a bunch of like burger meat and stuff. We're finally like almost done with the buns, but yeah, we had sloppy joes the other day, and it felt a lot messier when it was dinner. I guess today it was also dinner. We each had one, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah, that is what we did. I also just did my taxes right before stream, so got that out of the way. Check that off the to-do list. Weight off my chest. Hope I did it right. Not 100% sure, but I never am. Even my supervisor one time, we were having like a company lunch, or like an office like Christmas lunch, by which I mean it was like me, him, and like one other coworker, because our team is really small, and the 2 or 3 other people that we had at the time all canceled last minute, so it was me, my supervisor, and my coworker, and we were talking about how hard taxes are, And my supervisor was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm doing my taxes right. Like, do you guys do your taxes by yourself? I feel like I'm like not doing it as efficiently as I could be, and it made me feel so much better about like also being kind of lost. Not like lost, but like adulting, as one might say. I'm just a young mid-20s teenager. Don't expect things of me. I should have. Yeah, I'll put it on another layer. In the words of Butch Hartman, draw a 6 for the ear. Draw a better 6 for the ear. That's a good enough 6 for the I don't know if I like that ear. It's a very me ear, like the way I typically draw ears, but I feel like it doesn't quite fit this vibe. I also think it should be higher. Man, the first one I did, I feel like went so smoothly. This one, I'm just really not feeling. I'm like debating just copying it over and then tracing the head shape because I feel like the angle was pretty close. Let me just see. I'm at a bit of a not feeling the creative juices the way I normally do. And by normally, I mean sometimes. Like that head shape, I feel like I did really well with. And I think it's because it's sized down too, so like my pen is a lot blotchier. Let's just match this. It is the same character, and I feel like tracing your own art makes sense. There's no reason to like redo all this. Especially on something like this where I'm going to be drawing it a lot. So yeah, we'll just kind of do similar ear shape. I'll keep this brush size for now, but I don't know, I might feel like this is fine. We can keep this brush size. I did his hair very different too. However, I feel like his college hair was a little different, so maybe that's okay. Trying to match this style a little bit better. And keep the same floof too, because this is more what I do for my own hair. Mark shape is a little different, but that's okay. Where was the nose? I knew the nose was off. His eye is also kind of far apart. Like it shouldn't overlap his hair too much. Smooth out his ear a bit. Why does his head look so long? I think maybe it's because the hair is shorter, so his face appears longer. let's get rid of this first, and I think I will extend the hair a tad bit. How I got those proportions right the first time, I have no idea. I think the brush size is kind of also making it a little bit different. Clean that bit up. Oops, too much. I'm worried that I'm being too ambitious. A red-knobbed starfish. Fun. Is it Patrick? I don't know what kind of starfish Patrick is. Patrick Star. Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick. I have this photo of my desk up, but I honestly don't need it at this point. It's just there for fun. Okay, that's looking better. It's looking a little better. We'll just ignore the sketch there, but I do think the hair made a difference in the face proportions. I'm feeling much better about this now. Let's group all these guys together. You know what I wish I figured out? How to stream Project Sekai, because they have the anniversary event stuff going on, and that's like a perfect excuse to play a lot, which I am anyways, but I can't figure out how to stream it well. Like, I think the best way audio-wise, like at least for like the lag and the delay in playing it, I think would probably literally just be doing a hand cam, but then I would have to set up a hand cam, and I don't know if I want to do all that just for this. At least not right now. Maybe one day I'll justify it, but for now, I'll just stick to this stuff. I've also been kind of slacking on Infinity Nikki a bit. I think partially because of the Project Sekai. It's the JP anniversary right now, so not even like regular anniversary stuff. I think. Yeah, I think it's like the JP tickets and all that. I did go through all the like April Fool's stuff, but I feel like I missed some of the area conversations because I forgot it goes away after a day, and I had it open for quite a bit, but I wasn't reading all the area conversation, or I was trying to, but I was definitely like forgetting to check between like playing and stuff. So when it ended and I got the like post April Fool's like story dialogue stuff, I was like, I don't know if I actually got through all the area conversations, so I might have missed out on some crystals there, but that's okay. I'm also debating on pulling on that band or on the anniversary banner because I like the anniversary gacha, but I'm not as into the dog event that's going on. Like, it's cool, but I think part of it is because I saw that this year JP had a cat version, and now I'm like, well, those cards I like a lot better than the dog ones. So now I'm kind of in this sort of limbo of, do I pull for the anniversary characters or do I save it for the next World Links? Because I actually really like the more Jump World Link cards that are coming in a while. I think the next the Enna Focus event I also really like. I think they're pretty, so I do want to save for that too. I think that one might be next actually. Okay, I'm not feeling this arm. What is wrong with that? Let's see, if I go like, kind of just stretch this across. I don't know, like, shape. I mean, I guess it kind of tapers into this, but like, it doesn't look right. Gosh, I wish I had thought this out when sketching, because this feels wrong now. Maybe it should just be like this. I don't know. Okay. Sure. That's definitely a different angle than the sketch on the thingy-mabobber. I give up trying to figure out why the ads play so much all of a sudden. Not that I look too much into it, but I feel like I didn't change anything, so like I don't even know what to look at. Maybe it was always doing it like that and I just never noticed. Okay, you know what? Maybe I have to just... There's the whole arm. It goes like this, and then this forearm goes like this. And his elbow somewhere over here. Which means the sleeve should come a little further down. Let's try to wrap this in a more natural way, so it goes kind of like that-ish, maybe. Yeah, I think that kind of makes sense. Pretty excited for this weekend actually, because Kai is gonna be participating in a dragon boat race with my parents, who kind of roped them into it. Ornado, hi! How are you? Good to see ya! We're working on these trading cards that I want to have at my wedding. Kind of got to start really locking in and working on these. But yeah, this is kind of a rendition of my first impression of my fiance, and we're gonna have another card that's like the other way around, his first impression of me. Yeah, we had this sketched a while ago. I just kind of, I won't say put it on a back burner, but I feel like I was doing other things on stream for a while, so I did do a little bit of work on this off stream, but then most of it has been on stream so far, so I figured I should lock in and keep working on it. But yeah, how are you? That's incredible. I've made some trading cards as well. Ooh, cool. I haven't done this much before, and by much I mean at all. I've like drawn a few, but like not actually like printed them or gotten them made or anything, so I'm a bit new to all this, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so far I've been trying to like kind of go somewhere in between like the regular like Pokemon art style, if that makes sense, and my own style, because I do want to kind of still make it my own. But yeah. And I know I'm not like the best at this stuff, but I think it'll be cool to give it a try. Yeah, like I went back, here's the other one we did on stream. I did the background kind of after stream. I'm still not sure if I really like how I shaded it, but yeah, trading cart stream, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I might try to unify the colors and stuff a little more somehow, but yeah, this is what we had last time. And then this is the one we're working on now. First impression of Kai, which I should eventually move him down to, like, I think behind that layer. Actually, I guess I could do that now. Let me just group all of these. Oh yeah, I did import that into here because I was like trying to make sure I had all those features drawn the same way I did on the first one, if that makes sense. It comes in cart levels from basic cards to basic card level. I see, basic cards to legendary cards. I see, cool. Yeah, we're trying to, oh yeah, that's what we're kind of trying for too, is do some of these and then do some like kind of more generic ones, like, oh, here's like a basic like wedding ring card, or like, I don't know, like a slice of cake or something. Which also kind of just reminds me of all the things that we still need to figure out, because we have to figure out all the cake stuff. We did make our second payment to the venue recently, so a little scary, but also very exciting. Yeah, there was a bit of family, I don't know if I would call it family drama, I suppose. Not so much involving me, but there's people in our family that don't get along, who have relatives that they also don't get along with. Long story short, my step cousin, who I believe is in Georgia, somewhere else in the States, he things worked out in such a way that he's actually getting married on the same day as me, which is fine because I haven't talked to him since we were like very, very young, and my understanding is that he's not particularly close to, like, he doesn't really like my aunt very much, which I don't blame him for. She's kind of, she's something. I won't go into details, but there's just a lot going on there. So originally we were like, okay, that works out, because then he doesn't have to invite her, and I don't have to worry about her and her oldest daughter, who don't get along because she's going to his wedding and she's gonna be at mine, which, yeah, was fine. And then things happened and people were changing their mind and going back and forth, and now I think they're both gonna try to go to his, which again, I'm not that upset about, except for the fact that now my cousin is not the one getting married, but the one who doesn't get along with her mom is like suddenly like, oh, like maybe I won't go to the same wedding as her because she apparently can't stand being in the same room as her, which also don't blame her for, but she was going so far as to be like, oh, if she's on the same flight as me, I'm gonna book a whole different flight out to Georgia to go to the wedding. And I'm like, girl, I know you don't have the money to just be like throwing around flights just so that you don't have to be on the same aircraft as your mother. Like, I mean, depending on the ticket, it could be like very easily transferable, but like, I don't know, that's so much hassle for something that like they don't even have to interact if they don't want to. Just because they're on the same plane, like, airplanes are pretty big. It's not like a private jet or anything. Like, but yeah, fun family stuff, kind of sort of pertaining to the wedding. I don't know if I like how I did his legs, but let's see. thanks, Junior, for redeeming the daily doodle. That's, yeah, a reminder that I've got a little daily redeem to just kind of check in the stream if you would so please, or if you would like. Yeah, just kind of for fun. Oh yeah, I did also, as you can see, add the little fishing mini game, so you can use exclamation mark fish and then cast a line and then fish up random stuff. It's a fun little thing that I like playing with in other people's streams, so I was like, let's just do it here too. Heck yeah, a traffic cone. My coworker and I, so before our team had our own like surveyors at work, me and my one coworker were kind of in charge of doing a lot of land surveying, mostly in San Francisco, which, you know, lots of construction and stuff happening all the time, and we would pass by random abandoned traffic cones, and my coworker would be like, "Oh, cool, free cone," and then just snatch it up. So the back of the work truck just had a whole bunch of random cones with like restaurant names and stuff. Someone should fish up Kai Hane's wallet. Ooh, I should add that. I did add a few custom fishing things in there. I was literally doing this right before stream, so there's not a whole lot, but that's a good one. I'm gonna throw Kai's wallet into the fishing pool. We'll make it a rare catch. Hi, Blanket. Oh, there's a sea of pink names. I almost missed ya. Hi, Blanket. How are ya? Was it? It was your. Yeah, I was in your stream earlier. I know I was talking to you earlier about streaming, and then I had a moment where I was like, was that your stream or Stella's stream? But Stella's stream was last night, right before I went to bed. But yeah, how did the rest of your stream go? I had to hop off because of work, and then I think by the time I checked back, I think you were done already. Ooh, these hand sizes are very different. Hold on. I'm just gonna copy this just for reference. Copy and paste. Fun fishing stuff. Yeah, I don't. Kai comes from a fishing family. I do not. And so I don't know many fish, so I left a lot of the default ones in there because that just made sense. But yeah. It was quite good and made more progress on Honkai 3.1 story before 3.2 drops. Right, that's next week, right? Sad hamster. Nice catch. Fun fact, I have that as a sticker on my Etsy. Yeah, I added that when there was that sad hamster meme that was going around a lot on TikTok with the, you know, sad violin, and then there's just sad hamster. Sad hamster. Next week. Yeah, ooh, exciting. I haven't kept up with the Honkai story, but yeah, sounds exciting. Kai and I are also trying to decide on first dance songs, and there's that one song that I feel like I've been hearing a lot on TikTok. It's called Blue, I think, or Blue. I suddenly can't remember, but it's kind of been in my head on and off, and part of me is kind of debating on it, partially because I don't want it to be like a basic song and then like a bunch of my younger relatives are like, oh my gosh, they picked a TikTok song for their first dance. But my siblings hadn't heard of it, which made me feel a little bit better. And then but then Kai's cousin had, and he was like, dang, you guys are unk. I know what that means now too. Dark Shade, hello, welcome in. How are you? Hope your day is going well. Yeah, we're working on some wedding trading cards for when my partner and I get married in September. So kind of soon, not like super soon, but like it's starting to feel a bit soon. So yeah, I would like to get these done, but we'll see. way this is looking, it looks like his hand is facing like palm up, which is not what I'm going for. Sounds lovely. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if it turns out okay. I wouldn't say I'm like a professional by any means, so we're just gonna try our best here. Yeah. But yeah, hope your day is going well. The whole day to me felt like it was a Thursday, and then I realized it was Wednesday and was kind of sad. But it's okay, it's what it is. Every time I think I kind of want to be like, oh, I wish it was Friday, I think of my mom being like, if you're gonna wish it was Friday, wish that it was last Friday so that you don't wish your life away. And when she said that, I think I was pretty young the first time she said that. And so I was like, oh my gosh, did my mom just get back from like a time travel like plot? Like you know how in movies, like if a character goes through some life-changing thing and then like goes back in time or something, and then when they come back, they make a comment like that and everyone's like, oh, okay. And they don't realize that they've been on like a huge adventure. And so in that moment when my mom said that, I was like, I swear my mom just time traveled or something, and she just got back and was like, don't wish your life away, like drop this wisdom on me. But I think it was just my mom being a mom. Like, what was it? I think the example I think of is it's kind of an older movie, Big, the one with Zoltar and everything. I think my dad really liked that movie as a kid, so he always brings it up. Made me and my siblings watch it a few times. Okay, now these fingers look way too long. Why are hands such a struggle? What is this pancake hand? Okay, I feel like the placement of like the edges of his fingers are fine, but the fingers are just long. I think that's the problem. His palm's also kind of big, maybe. Maybe something like this. I almost feel like it should be more. Let's see if I'm walking. I feel like the fingers would kind of point down a little bit. I know this is gonna sound silly, but did your partner end up proposing to you while on one knee using a custom ring box shaped like a Pokeball that when it opened up says, I choose you, will you marry me? He did not actually. We had a more, we went back to where we went to school, which is where this scene kind of takes place, but we went back to the area where we went to college together, and we're in California, so the California super bloom was happening with all the flowers and everything. And so we went on a little hike. We actually went on the hike twice in the same weekend before he proposed. But yeah, he did get down on one knee kind of before doing the little like spiel and stuff. So he was on his knee for a while and got a bunch of gravel in his knees. I also bought a game today. Ooh, what game? That's exciting. Nintendo announced or had their like direct thing and announced a bunch of games. I know a lot of people were waiting for Silk Song because it had been announced or teased so long ago. So that was finally announced. I was like, I haven't even played Hollow Knight, but I know this one's a very exciting one. By the way, you're all cool people. Oh, thanks. You too. You're very cool. It's always fun to catch your streams too, Blanket. Yeah, it's usually mid-work day for me, but that also means that I can usually catch a little bit either towards that beginning or end of my lunch break. And then kind of lurk for a bit thereafter. I bought My Name is Mayo Remayo. It's quality shovelware. A buddy of mine got proposed to, and her partner at got proposed to her partner at the cabin they normally go to. It surprised her so much. Oh, that sounds really cute. That's exciting. Or yeah, I think that's really neat. We had one of our college friends come with us to like take photos and stuff, which was cool. Had dinner that same weekend, and yeah, so it was just like a weekend trip, but it was also very nostalgic because we graduated it during COVID, so I feel like we didn't have like a very proper like goodbye to our college town that we spent like 4 years in. So it was nice to revisit it because I think that was only the maybe second or third time that we revisited since graduating. I want to say second, but yeah. Who knows, I might stream it so people can question my life decisions. I'd watch that. I'm curious now. What about this is life decision questioning worthy? You've piqued my interest already. Also, I'm not blank. Oh my gosh, sorry. Both of your names were pink, so I was my bad. Let's see. Questioning people's life decisions. Yeah. All you do is click a jar of mayo. That's like what is it? The cookie tapper game that people used to play. You just keep tapping the cookie and then it like gives you game currency. But like I don't think you spend it on anything. It just sits there and you just watch the number go up. Cookie clicker. Yeah. It was also 216 USD, tax included. That's not too bad. Yeah, you should stream it. Ugh, why are hands such a pain? Oh. Okay, if I'm holding my hand like this, maybe. See, I feel like I have a tendency to draw pinkies sticking out a little too much because I had a friend whose pinky like literally did that. Not that I like drew her hands very much, but like that's kind of like when you like exaggerate hand motions and stuff when you're drawing. Like I'm like, oh, that's like the perfect example. But like just walking, like I guess it should just be like a straight line or like relatively straight. This isn't very finger shaped. I feel like it's too pointy. I think I'm making these fingers too pointy. Maybe I should use a smaller brush first. Maybe that'll help. I might next week. Currently playing Cookie Clicker on my phone actually. Ooh, how's that going? If I stream, I'd probably stream either Pokemon or speedrunning first. Ooh. Both of those sound like cool options to stream. But before that, gotta get internet that can actually handle it. That's fair, yeah. Like step one. Yeah, I only knew that the internet was probably good enough because Kaya streamed enough for me to be like, okay, so that part shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, I'm generally not super great with like computers, so I'm glad I have Kai here to kind of be my on-site IT guy. Speaking of which, he got me a new like keyboard with like new keycaps and like a desk mat that came today. So we were like setting that up earlier, but it's from, I don't know if you guys know Bichimao. They do like a bunch of cat art and stuff. So now I have like a purple and pink cat themed keyboard. So yeah. Ads incoming again. Oh, sorry for the ad break. Sorry for ad jail. Which I should probably say when people in ad jail come back from ad jail. Oh well. Okay. it's getting better. Maybe. His arm looks so skinny though. I mean, his arms were pretty skinny back then, but like, maybe not like. Oh gosh, that looks awful. Let's see. Let's think about this. Hey, Kaiti Hare. I mean, like, not in a bad way. It's just like that was I can't even tell if you're like haying at like your arms being skinny back then, or at me saying that they're not as skinny now. Maybe what I should do is borrow this and just so forearm is like there-ish. Sure. It's not meant to be an insult. It's a very endearing compliment, I swear. So we go like this. Maybe I should bend it more. But then I have to move the hand. Okay. Hypothetically, if we go like this and just move this hand here, would that work? Maybe even a little bit more. I think I can get away with this. Going like this, and then this, going like this. Don't forget your daily doodles also. Ads are wrapping up. Welcome back. Sorry for the ad jail. If I could make them go away altogether, I would. I promise. And I can kind of probably clean this up a little more. Like this, maybe, possibly, potentially. Let's merge these. I don't like that it's parallel to. Okay, we're gonna tweak this some more. We're gonna keep tweaking it till we get it decent. I almost wanna go like this and move the sleeve too. Going well. I'm currently making over 1 trillion points before I ascend and start over for new upgrades. However, the amount of cookies via tapping is over 2.4 sextillion. I cannot count that high. I can tell you that. So you must have been playing for quite a while then, for it to be that high. Available for everyone if anyone wants a pat. Thanks for the pat. Pat, pat, pat. Here, I'll use my head. Pat, pat. It's more like a bonk. Bonk, bonk. Here, I'll do what I can do with this. I'll move up here, and then I'll go bonk, bonk. Head bonking chat. Bonk, bonk, bonk. That's the closest I can get to giving you guys head pats back. Anyways. Totally normal stream shenanigans. Nothing weird happening here. Maybe somewhere here, and then over 200 days after 31 ascensions. That is a lot. I'm glad it's going well. I've never got into Cookie Clicker, but now I'm scared to start. Like, like it's the kind of thing where like if I did get into it and then had to tell people like, oh yeah, I'm just playing Cookie Clicker, then that's one more obsession to try to either explain or avoid talking about. Because already as it is, I think the big game that I feel like I got really into was Project Sekai. It's that Hatsune Miku rhythm game, and at the beginning of last year, I literally was having like tendonitis issues, and so the doctor was like asking, "Oh, like, is there anything that you do that involves repetitive motion in your wrists that might be causing this?" And I was just like, nope, can't think of anything because I wasn't about to tell him it was a mobile rhythm game. But yeah, time to play Pokemon Emerald Rogue on my totally real Game Boy Advanced. I hope you totally enjoy the totally real Game Boy. And the totally real gameplay on that totally real Game Boy. Once you start, you definitely won't be able to stop. Then I will live vicariously. You can tell me how it goes and update me on your progress, and I'll just celebrate your accomplishments with you. I heard some creaking noises outside the bedroom door, and I couldn't tell if it was Kai, because Kai has a tendency to not turn the lights on out there, which is fine, because like it doesn't affect me. But then it's like if I'm looking to see if he's standing at the doorway, I legitimately cannot tell. About an hour into stream. Wow, that flew by, and I feel like I haven't gotten a whole lot done, but at the same time, I feel like I've gotten quite a bit done because hands and arms are just giving me a hard time. Okay, now that I'm drawing this, I feel like this just looks weird. Okay, let me go way back. Like I kind of want to go back now to like when it was like straighter. Let's see, your hand is relaxed. You know what I might do? I should probably just, I'll leave the arm alone for now. I think at some point I'm gonna just take a picture of my hand and put it there, because like your fingers kind of curl. Okay, maybe if I just hold my hand here, like the way like you're walking, your hand's kind of relaxed, your fingers are kind of bent, but like from a front angle it's kind of hard to show that. Like kind of got knuckles. I don't know, we'll come back to it. Let's go back to the sketch. I feel like we have most of the other stuff done anyways, but I think that hand is just gonna have to wait. I'm spending way too much time on it. Okay, so Kai's there. Let's just start doing some of the background stuff. I've also been playing a bunch of Idol Slayer on mobile as well. I feel like I get into like big idol game like moods randomly, where I'll just kind of, I don't know, be in the mood to have my phone sitting there and like convince myself that I'm being productive by doing nothing. So like it's very on and off. So like I'll play, like there was this one called like landlord sim, where you just kind of run properties and then collect rent and stuff. But then like after like a couple weeks, I kind of just forget about it, and it just sits on my phone. Now I'm like, okay, now I have this game on my phone that I'm not playing anymore. And then another few weeks go by, and then I'm in another idle game mood again. There was that one. There was also one called Sprout Idle Garden. Um, and I was enjoying that for a while until I started experiencing some bugs and stuff, and then I checked the Discord that they have, and it was like totally inactive except for like 2 people who were like still kind of talking here and there, and I was like, okay, so pretty much this game is no longer completely. It's not super active anymore, so it wasn't very helpful to me. But it was fun while it lasted. But I did have the problem where, like, I think it reached a certain point where it also had been so long since I logged in that, like, it just lost all my data. And I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to start over anymore. But it was fun. Like, you have, like, little gardeners and you, like, build this, like, sort of island, or, like, you can kind of sculpt the land however you want, and the gardeners walk around, and then you grow flowers and collect the flowers, and I don't know, it's a really cute game. I would recommend it, except I don't, because like I said, they're not exactly active anymore, and I don't even know if the servers are still functioning. I'm sure there's like equivalents, like similar games. There's all sorts of idle games out there. The hand is pissing me off. I'm just gonna... I hate hands. Put this all the way at the top. I hate hands. I hate them. Arrgh. I'm currently trying to hoard around 5 trillion points for 2 specific upgrades on my upgrade tree, only for me to then plan an ultra ascension to get back to where I was, which was no issue. Only once I do, I'm just gonna ultra ascend again after getting another upgrade I need. I feel like that's how those games get you, is like you just kind of keep climbing endlessly and like upgrading and upgrading. And it's like there's no like real purpose, but then it's like you can't resist. It's not even important, but I was like, that N looks just like the H. I hate hands. Okay, anyways, let's keep being at least a little bit productive. Sammy, top 1% of hand haters. Yeah. We should just get rid of hands. No, hands are useful. I just hate drawing them. I'm a hand hater. If hands have no haters, I'm dead. I don't... Okay, I should probably scooch it down a tad bit, actually, because I don't like that it intersects with, like, where my hair is kind of intersecting with my head, so we'll scooch it down a teensy bit. Yeah. Oh, but now it's in line with Kai's arm. Okay, that's fine. I don't even know if I moved it, but whatever. I feel like I missed like a pixel or something out here. Okay, there we go. Also, Darkshade making me want to play Cookie Clicker too now. Same. You're here to promote the game, and then you're probably secretly the developer of Cookie Clicker, so you're here to advertise the game and make us all want to play it. And it's working. I don't think I will yet, though. I feel like I have too many games distracting me right now. I don't have that many, but I'm not good at dividing up my time amongst my games well. The only thing is I know once I ultra ascend twice, I'll have to do this one quest, where I have to kill 200 goblin kings with a bow. Secretly or teal? I'm not sure what that means. But that sounds intense. That's a lot of goblin kings. Goblin these nuts. Just kidding. Got him. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, enough of that. Okay. Honestly, as far as line art, I feel like it's just these guys, and then the background I'll probably just like color in, but after that maybe I'll just start coloring things. Make a bit of tangible progress. Okay, this is that, and then, okay. Let's put this here then. Yeah, so my roommate in college, who is actually one of my bridesmaids, had these cool plants that she got. It had this little like clay like top thing right here. I'm just gonna like roughly do that, and then the plants grew downward, so it looked like little jellyfish, and they just hung by the window, and it was really cute until they started overgrowing, and so they started kind of going like this, and then it started kind of like covering itself in the leaves, and then we were like, okay, maybe it's time to graduate these plants. But it was cool while it lasted for the brief period where it was like the perfect length. Kai must be so proud. Kai must be so proud. Yeah, I don't even know if he heard me, but I'm sure he'd be proud if he heard it. Kai, if you're there, are you proud of me for that joke? I thought it was a pretty good one. Okay, got that. It's not bad. We'll probably use a smaller brush size. Draw some of the individual little leaves. A little bit of foreshadowing to how it kind of curls to the sun. It's natural. The plant like desire to face the sun. It's a clever design in theory. It just doesn't look very jellyfish-like forever. I'll just keep it on the same layer. The little string here. We had a little command hook there. I will take a break in a moment just to get Cassie her food. Just do it here. Yeah, don't forget you can use !fish and catch fun things if you want. Almost like another idle game. it'll cast a line for you, and then you reel in a random fishing item. I'll merge these. Yeah. A skateboard. What's this one? A trout. Nice. Yeah, I don't remember what else is in the regular fishing like directory thing, but yeah, it's a fun little lurking game. Maybe I'll redraw the grass so it doesn't look like it's like duplicated every single time. center, so we'll center this. I think it might already be there. Yeah. Black red eye. Should have Kai tell me about these fish. I'm no fishing expert. Not that he's an expert, but he wanted to name Cassie largemouth bass. I think. Yeah. Let's make this a little longer. Oh, these ones can kind of curl. Let me do one more there. Okay, after this jellyfish, I'm gonna take a quick break to get Cassie her food. A perch. Nice one. Garbage. No, it's a fish. Oh, that's too much. Okay, that's probably good. Alright, you guys keep fishing. I'm gonna go get Cassie's food. BRB. I'm back. Alright. I've lost my... Oh wait, no, I put my Apple Pencil here. Alright. Let's get back to it. Alright, we just did this jellyfish. I think the next easiest thing would be to just go ahead and start coloring things. You know, I think I want to put some lines on the laptop, actually. Wherever I drew that. It's somewhere. Oh, I have a lot more layers up here, that's why. Okay, here we go. I see it, the laptop. We'll keep it on its own layer for now, and then go from there. Okay, we already have a smaller brush size selected. Oh, I used a smaller one for that already too. You know, that part might be okay with just coloring it darker with no lines. Okay, this line weight is probably good for this. Oh, I should look at a keyboard to see how many rows I should be doing. Let's see. 1, 2. So on that edge we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is how many I put here too. Okay, so 6 rows. That seems to make sense, I think. We were putting the keycaps on the new keycaps on the keyboard earlier, and we took some of them off, and then I like couldn't remember where some of them went. Most of them I know, and it's the kind of thing where it's like I know where these buttons are when I'm typing it, but if I'm just looking at the individual keycaps, I'm like, which way does it go? Like the dash. You know how there's the dash and the underscore, and they look very similar on the actual keycap, except one's longer and one's shorter. So Kai and I were looking at it and we were like, which side is the top of this keycap? And in case you're curious, the long one went on top. But yeah, we were like scratching our noggins over it for a bit. Okay, 6 is an even number, which means we can split this down the middle. That's not the middle, it's kind of more here. And then split each one of those into thirds. I'm not even going to worry about the tangents because I'm probably going to color these lines anyways. That is not a third. Okay, I think I need to turn off the sketch layer because it's throwing me off a bit. Okay. That's probably closer to like a third. And half that. Okay. Might be a little less than a third, but that might be okay actually. And halfway, that's a little low. I think it's more like here. That's kind of keyboard looking. I'm not gonna lie, the other side does not look all that even, but it's okay. I don't think people will look that closely. We're not pulling out rulers for this, you know? A coffee cup. Worth 2 gold. I think there's an option on lurk bait to like make the like legendary catches more common, or like they happen a little more often. So I think the first time I ever did like exclamation mark fish in someone's chat, I got like a legendary thing and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty sick. I also forgot my eyes did that. Let's see. Let me. This feels not very in line. finally caught up on Apothecary Diaries too. Actually, I don't know when episodes come up, but I think I'm caught up after all the frog episode stuff, because I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it like regularly as it came out. But then everyone was freaking out over the frog scene, and I was like, well, now I need to know. Now the FOMO's hitting. So then I caught up, because I think at that point I had only watched the first like 2 or 3 episodes of the new season. But yeah, I do enjoy. I had Kai watch a little bit with me too, which was cool. Let me look at my keyboard again. Okay, there's a short one, and then it goes like long, medium, a little less, and then 2 more small ones. Okay, so like, here, let's do a separate layer. So this is where the small ones are. And then the top 2 and the bottom one are small, so these ones are actually different length. This one's a little bit longer. And I know every keyboard's different, but I just don't want it to look like it's not a keyboard at all. Okay. And the rest over here, there's like 2 more small ones. That small one goes a little bit past here. Okay, and then everything else is kind of hidden, and then there's a space bar. And then we have a whole bunch of other little ones, so it's just normal stuff. And the rest are kind of offset, which makes sense. Lots of small keys. Now I'm looking at this and wondering if I made the keyboard too wide. Like maybe I should have scaled this whole thing up. Well, I guess I can do that after. Here, I'll just do my best here. How much is too much? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many does this keyboard have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's including a number pad. 4. Here, let me just like this. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I already forgot how many I said I had, but I'll probably just move all these over and then scale it up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, that's probably a good start. Yeah, we'll use this as a reference. But then it needs space for a trackpad. This is probably good enough. I think I'd rather just do it this way. Trackpad doesn't need to be huge. Although, this is feeling a little... Yeah, okay, there we go. That makes a little more sense. I'll just kind of do that as a guide. That's fine. Let's try this again. I definitely know what a keyboard looks like. I only type on one every day. I should get back into a habit of reading before bed instead of TikTok and stuff before bed. Ooh, you know what I can do right now is pull Pokemon packs on TCG Pocket. I wonder if I can cast my phone right now and do that, actually. Let's see. I'm gonna break my model really quick. Can I, let's see, I'll put it on Do Not Disturb so no one texts me and stuff. This is a risky game I'm playing. Can I screen mirror? Show me your hits. Yeah, I do. I think my next pack is ready. Can I cast it to here? It's just gonna replace my iPad, I think. Let's see. Does it work? Oh, okay, cool. Okay, give me 1 second actually to open it. Okay, this is a little scuffy, but we're just gonna do it this way. Okay, I don't know if the audio is going through, but I don't think it's that important. I said it was ready, right? All right. Let's see it. Let's see it. Shiny watch. I literally have not even gotten any new cards in the last like 3 days. Kai took all my luck. Here, we'll do this one. Let's see. Oh! I don't know what that is actually. I already have this one too. But you know what? I got a new card, which is more than I've had in a very, very long time. You want to see something else funny? Here, let me show you something that I find kind of ridiculous after this. Okay, skip that. Okay. I was saying I hope I get lucky with my polls, and I think Pokemon thought I said licky instead of lucky. Because look at all these freaking lickitungs and lickies I have. These two from this set alone, I'm like, why do I have so many? Why do they keep giving these to me? I want to be lucky, not licky. Anyways, yeah, so this is where all my luck this time around has gone. Kai has taken everything, so anyways, let me switch back to my iPad. There's nothing else interesting here to see, I think. I'll close that. There's my poll for the night though. Let me reshare my iPad now that that's done. Dang, look at that crown Pokeball. True. I can't complain. I do have that. Let's see. I think it's gonna take a minute to load, but this isn't still casting, is it? I guess stopped. Yeah. Okay, I think oh, I didn't completely break it. It's okay. I almost knocked my water down though. I broke everything. I accidentally full screened my OBS and I don't know how to unfull screen it now. Hang on. I can do this. I accidentally... Oh, I broke my face too. I don't know how to unfull screen. Let's see. View. Full screen. Ah, okay. And now let me see this. Troubleshooting time. Cast that to this. I feel like it just doesn't want to work anymore. Dang, see, my Pokemon broke my stream. I guess we can just use our imagination too. Maybe if I don't do this. It's not still trying to connect. Okay, let's restart this. Maybe if I just close this all together. We can do this, guys. Aha! I did it! See, I'm so good at technology. I am a strong, capable individual who knows how to use the computer. Anyways, back to trying to draw this keyboard. That was a fun little detour though. Fun little sidetrack. I could do a full Pokemon TCG Pocket stream where we just open a pack and then end stream. It'll be the fastest stream ever. I know some people battle on stream and stuff. I don't think I'm very entertaining to watch doing that though. Maybe next time there's an event thing, we can do that. Like the battle, what do you call it? Emblem event. Are they gonna have more? Because there's only 3 emblem slots, and I feel like I'm gonna have trouble deciding which emblems to display on my profile. Gonna click cookies now? Ooh, have fun clicking cookies. Sammy stream any % coming soon? Oh man. Enjoy the cookie clicking. Click those cookies. Woo! I'm gonna be clicking this fake keyboard. Maybe I'll just keep duplicating this. It's not snapped, though I feel like it's gonna mess me up. Just get a few out first. We can duplicate, or we can merge it, and then it'll go much faster. Exponentially. Okay, I should have done that earlier though, because now there's no point. Although these last two, I think I put too far apart, so let's push this in a little bit. Okay, I can put this here. Ooh, yeah. And then I can slide these over just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. That's actually not the tab button, that's the caps lock button, but close enough. And then we'll do the same thing here, except that bottom one is technically a space bar. You know, actually I'm gonna erase these. Maybe I'll keep that. Ooh. These did not line up very well. Not too bad. Not perfect. Right here, there's a little mistake. And let's just copy this here. Is that right? Oh, it's like a little bit longer actually. Get rid of this. Let's merge all of these. I think we're good enough here. We can erase all of this. Looks like a little chicken pox, like a rash. My sister actually found out recently. Well, she's always had this, but she recently has been having more issues with it. But she gets hives when it's really cold, which she's always had. But we also live in California, so it's not like it ever got like super cold. But now she's living in New York, and she has senior photos, I think tomorrow, and she's breaking out in hives every time she goes outside. So she's like taking Benadryl and trying to like cover up extra when she's going outside so it doesn't get too cold for her, but it's a bit of a struggle. Yeah, there's a name for it. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's not fun. I don't envy her. I am glad she gets to do like all the senior stuff though, because so I graduated college during COVID and she graduated high school also during COVID. Not the same year, but still like pretty heavily impacted by it. So she missed all of her high school senior activities. So it's nice that she now gets to graduate college and have all that fun like senior activity kind of stuff. Graduate high school the year before COVID. Yeah, she graduated high school 2021. Yeah, 2021, because my other sister, she did graduate the year before COVID. She graduated 2019. So they were on either end of the 2020 stuff. And now they're graduating again the same year this time because one of them is graduating with her master's and the other is graduating from undergrad. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy graduation season. I actually just got that time off approved to go see their graduation. So it's gonna be a busy weekend. Their graduations are on the same weekend on opposite sides of the country. So it's gonna be a lot. Yeah. Okay, making progress. I feel like most of the like line art stuff is done, so we can like kind of dive into coloring. I think let me just group all the line art together because there's like way more layers than I can keep track of. I should organize these more. Oh my gosh, there's so many like groups and stuff too. Okay, I can get rid of that and that. We'll group these guys together. We could even merge some of those, but like I said, we'll organize it later. Which could mean never, who knows. We'll see. We could just leave everything as new group and new layer. Yeah, let's just start filling in colors here and there and see where it takes us. I think at the end of this, even if I don't finish it today, which I'm 90% sure I won't because that hand is giving me a hard time and there's just so much more stuff to do on this still. I do want to show you the sketch I did for the other side of this because so technically Kai started the sketch for the other perspective because the other perspective is like his first impression of me, if that makes sense. And so he did a sketch of his angle of this, and then I recently started a sketch like over that based on that. Not fully finished yet. There's still other things I want to sketch out, but for the most part, or not for the, yeah, I guess for the most part, it's there. Back from ads. Welcome back from ads. How's everyone doing? I'm chilling. Yeah, but I think after you mentioned the high school thing, I was saying that both of my sisters, one graduated before before COVID, like before 2020, and one graduated right after, and now they're graduating college at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff. It'll be busy. It's scary to think about. That's next month is May, so that's the start of graduation season. Which is funny because I always thought of June as like when people graduate. I didn't even realize that like so many schools did May graduations. Like I knew colleges tended to have like May and June graduations depending on like your school schedule and your school system. But I didn't realize that there are high schools that also do graduation in May. The only thing I hated about graduation was sitting outside facing the hot sun in a purple gown and suffering mentally and physically. That's fair. At least purple is kind of a nice color. Our school colors were black and gold because we were Hornets. Um, and in the past, in the years before us, how they would do it is the girls would wear white and the boys would wear yellow. And that's how they split it up. And we had a new vice principal our senior year who instead decided to order yellow for everyone. Um, but it wasn't like a nice, like gold color. It was like piss yellow. Like we looked we looked like pea colored. It was a sea of pea. And to make matters worse, it wasn't raining, but it was sprinkling on and off throughout the entire ceremony. And so I was like in the back row with like within the I think I was within the last like 10 people on my side of the ceremony, and it was an outdoor ceremony, and we were all like huddled up under one umbrella because we weren't really anticipating rain. But one girl was like, I was prepared just in case. It said it might sprinkle, and it did. It was on and off in like bursts of like maybe 30 seconds at a time. I think I have a Snapchat that I took where I was just looking down, my hair is getting all frizzy from the rain. So that was great. Yeah, and then funny enough, so they had this like organized like exit sort of thing where there's like two sides or two sides of the ceremony, and then in the middle is the stage. So all the student body was split up into two halves. So on your way out, it's like kind of like braiding like one side after another, weaving into like the center aisle as you exit. And I ended up next to another guy named Sam in my class, and it was just kind of a funny coincidence that the two Sams ended up exiting at the same time. My school color was dark purple and graduated on June 20th, 2019. Exciting. I think mine was June. It's a couple weeks into June, somewhere between the 14th and like the 16th. I think it was one or the other. I remember it was an even number, and I know it was like approximately 2 weeks into the month. Sam and Sam, yeah, exactly. Yeah, our families were like shouting like, "Oh, Sam," and we're just kind of looking at each other. We're like, that could be for either of us. So we're like, we'll just keep walking and meet up with our family after. Yeah, they were much more strict about like, oh, make sure everyone walks like two by two all the way out to the edge of the graduation area to meet up with your family. But by the time my brother graduated high school last year, same high school, but I guess they were a lot more chill about it. So like people started filing out in an orderly fashion, and about like 50 people in, all the rest of the graduates just kind of dispersed and like walked their own way because it was in the middle of a field, so you don't have to go down the aisle technically. So a bunch of people just started leaving around the back. We had almost an entire week of snow days. It doesn't snow where I am, so we've never had snow days. Uh, there was one time that they canceled school because they were anticipating a really big rainstorm. And the day before we had school, and it was really, really rainy and really, really windy. So we were like, oh my gosh, if they didn't cancel school yesterday, but they're canceling school today, like it must be a really bad storm. And funny enough, that day, it didn't even rain. Like the wind was kind of loud, but it rained harder the day before when we did go to school. And then the day that they actually canceled school, um, not there was zero rain. Your families cheered for the other Sams, pretty much. You know what's so funny? And I had suspected this before she told me, but my cousin went to school in the same class as that Sam's older brother, and she talked about him all the time. And so I was like, okay, they definitely have to have had some kind of like history or something. So she did know of the other Sam, and she brought it up. She brought it up too. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot he was in your grade, so I forgot that his older brother was gonna be here." And she's like fixing her hair and stuff, and I was like, okay, what is her deal? Like, which I had been asking, like, for years, but she was like, "Oh, there's nothing between us. We're just friends." And she told us like years later that she had a huge crush on him, and I was like, I knew it. On Sam's older brother, not on Sam. That would be a little weird because she's like 5 years older than me. So yeah, she had a fat crush on Sam's older brother. Painfully obvious to the point where just her talking about it as we grew up made it obvious that she either liked him or they had like dated or something. Like she was really weird about it. But yeah. I didn't see my parents during the graduation, but you know the worst part of post graduation, my aunt set up my graduation dinner without letting me or letting my parents know until the last minute. Oh, that sounds like it probably got really intense then. My high school had a lot of bomb threats. Yeah, we had a few lockdowns. One was because they thought that someone had brought a gun to school, which was kind of true. Someone brought a starter pistol for like a swim meet to school, which was really stupid. And some other students saw it and reported it, and we had to lock down the school. And it was like towards the end of the day, so a lot of, depending on which classroom you were in and when the police could come around and dismiss you. I think my class ended up staying like an hour, maybe an hour or two after school ended, maybe like an hour and a half. We were just like sitting on, it was in my algebra class. We were like falling asleep. I was like squished under a table with like a table leg between my legs, and then the two tallest people in our class on either side of me, and then like a backpack under my other leg, like under like my left leg. And I got such a bad cramp from sitting there for so long. One of my friends, she was stuck in her classroom for I think 3 hours after school ended. And she was one of the smaller people in the class, so she and one other girl, they like hid them in a closet for whatever reason. I don't know. They were like, "Oh, you two are small, like go hide in the closet." And so she was like, "Yeah, I was stuck in this closet with XYZ classmate," and she was like just texting her parents and crying the entire time. But it ended up being okay. Like I said, it was just someone who brought something for a swim meet and didn't really think about it. Um, the other time that the school got locked down was because there was an active shooter, but it was not on campus. My school was kind of near like a downtown east street, like kind of lots of like restaurants and bars and stuff. So a nearby bar had a altercation. With an armed individual. And so that time, I won't say it was fun because I feel like that's not a good word to use for these kinds of situations, but uh, I was in yearbook. So we actually had a little office within the classroom. Like there was like the main classroom, and then there was like a smaller room. So we were all like chilling in there, and we had a group chat because it's yearbook. So we're all like super close, and we were just chilling, sending like copy pastas and stuff, and our teacher was reading them and cracking up at them. And our teacher was on the younger side too, so she was actually like texting her friends in the area to try to figure out what was happening. And that's how we found out what had happened, because otherwise like they don't tell you exactly what went on when they locked down the school. They just, expect you to move on with your lives, I guess. At least as far as I know. I'm sure they sent some kind of email to the parents or something, but yeah. Yeah, those were the two times that I remember the school getting locked down in high school. I was kind of surprised that like not all schools, I mean, it makes sense, but not all schools do like lockdown drills, because we had like fire drills, earthquake drills, and lockdown drills were like the three ones. We had a gas leak too. Oh my gosh. I don't think we ever had that. Oh, you know what? We didn't lock down the school for this, but there was one incident where someone wrote like some kind of like bomb threat thing on like a bathroom wall in the girls' bathroom, and then so a bunch of people didn't show up to school, and like the teachers were saying like, oh, it's fine, there's going to be extra like law enforcement and stuff on campus. I went to school anyways. A lot of people did, but I think like half the classes were like empty because they were like, oh my gosh, what if something happens? And nothing ended up happening, but I think it's because it became such a big deal. And they're like, even if they wanted to do something at that point, it's like, okay, now everyone knows. Hi, Bacon, how are you? We're talking about like crazy high school stories. We're talking about like graduation and like uh I think it mostly was graduation, and then we started talking about like lockdowns and stuff and like kind of scarier things that happen in American schools, I suppose. I'm doing good, and you? Pretty good. I am a little bit tired, but mostly because it felt like a Thursday and it's only Wednesday. So, yeah, it's just kind of that like the underlying disappointment that like the week is not as close to being done as I thought. But yeah, let me drink some water really quick. The only interesting thing that happened was a bomb threat on a snow day. Oh, well, I guess that kind of works out where like if it's a snow day, like you guys aren't going to school anyways, right? That's what snow day means, right? I'm a California kid who doesn't. I assume snow day means like no school because of snow. Yeah, we just had that one rain day that wasn't even rainy. What else? We had a lot of. My middle school was like right on a fault line, like literally right on the water. So we had a couple. Well, okay, only one of them was a real earthquake. So we had a pretty big earthquake one time, and then we had to actually like stay put and like hide under the tables just in case there's any aftershocks and all that. And they like canceled after school activities. Um, but the funny thing is, the class that I was in when that happened, um, prior to that, there were a couple kids in the class who tried to fake an earthquake. Um, and a lot of our class remembers this because, like, they were like, okay, at exactly, like, I don't know what time it was. It was like, at exactly 2:10, everyone shake the tables. So they were like whispering this across the room, right? Like kind of telephone style, like, oh, tell the person next to you at 2:10, shake the tables. At 2:10, shake the tables. Um, 2:10 rolls around, and very clearly there was a little bit of a discrepancy in the communication because only half of the class shook the tables. Specifically, the right half of the class shook the tables because the left half of the class, which was on the other side of like kind of an aisleway, never got the message to shake the tables at 2:10. So the teacher was like, "What was that?" And then the kid who started it was like, "It was an earthquake," and he like dives under the table. Um, and it's just like, then why was it only on this half of the classroom? Fake an earthquake is crazy. Yeah, I don't know why they thought we could get away with that, but it was such aggressive shaking, but it was only the one half of the class. So just to make sure, the teacher goes into the classroom next door. And I remember that class also saying afterwards that they thought she was going crazy or something, because she goes into that classroom, she's like, "Was there just an earthquake just now?" And the algebra teacher next door is like, no." And she's like, "Okay." And she came in and she was so pissed. She was like talking about like, "Whoever did this, I will find you, and like karma will get you. That is not a funny prank." And so like literally months later in that same class, that was when the real earthquake happened. And so she thought we were lying when we said when like the earthquake happened, and she thought we were pranking her again. And then the principal came on the loudspeaker and was like, "Hey, we just had an earthquake. Everyone please like go under the desk and you know just wait there until we give an all clear," basically. And so she like straight up, it was Boy Who Cried Wolf but with an earthquake. Snow day means no school because roads aren't safe or too much snow on the road. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd imagine that, like, we don't have an equivalent to that, I feel like. Maybe, like, I think the closest we would get out here would be, like, a flood watch, but, like, I don't think we've ever had bad enough, like, road flooding to cancel school, because, like, my area I feel like was very walkable, so most of the time if flooding was happening, it was in like the streets with the cars. And so they're like, oh, most of the kids are like walking to school anyways. They're on the sidewalks, which isn't as bad, but like if the flooding's bad enough, that gets kind of tricky too. What time did you get out of school? Most days we got out at like 2:50. Except for Wednesdays we got out at 1:30, which I feel like is a pretty common thing to have like a minimum day on. I think most schools do Wednesday for that, but yeah. I know that's changed because I think by the time my siblings were in school, I think school typically was getting out closer to 3, and then their minimum days were like also like 1:30 probably. I don't know. But they also had like weird start times because they like we used to start school at 8. I think for my brother school didn't start till like 8:30, which was crazy. The earthquake was localized in the right half of the class. Yeah, exactly. That's where the epicenter was. Yeah, it was just right there, and it was small enough where it didn't affect the other end of the class. My school at that time, or my school at my time, we got out at 2:10 p.m. and half days 10:45. Wow, half days. We never had like straight up half. Well, I guess 1:30 is close to a half day. I'd still call it like a little more than half, but yeah, we had minimum days that were like 1:30, so it'd be like 8 to 1:30. We started at 7:30. Ooh, yeah, we started at 8, unless in high school you could have an option to take a 0 period and that would start at 7. But otherwise, yeah, it was typically 8 for us. Like always start at 8, and then it was either 2:50 or 1:30. Yeah. So not too much of a difference. I feel like I should change my shirt color. I feel like I kind of just defaulted to what I normally color myself with, but for the sake of this, let's see, what did I typically wear back then? I feel like I had a lot of gray shirts, honestly, but I feel like gray is kind of boring. Let's see, what other colors? I have a blue shirt, but then I have to change the pants colors. Could do purple. Kai would definitely roast me because he always talks about how I wear a lot of purple. Maybe I should just keep it at pink. Also, I think we have more ads incoming in about a little over a minute. So, yeah, just a pre-warning. I feel like I keep missing that little message, but in senior year, we got out at 1:17 and Thursdays at 12 a.m. What? That's crazy. We started at started at 7:30. Oh, hydrate. I missed that. Thank you, Junior. Hydrating now. I've been very distracted with the yapping. Maybe I will do blue. Or like something like this. Ooh. Yeah. And then this can be like maybe a darker blue. I feel like I wear a lot of like darker jeans. Not like super dark, but like dark blue jeans. Yeah, we'll keep it like this. The chairs were also kind of bluish, if I remember correctly, like a dark blue. Oh, I should put. Nah, it's okay. It technically had like the wooden like back, but I don't know if I want to draw that. Maybe I'll add it later. Just kind of blocking things out for now, anyways. Wednesday was even periods and Thursdays are odd. Oh, sorry, just got hit by ads, but we will continue that conversation after. But yeah, we had something kind of similar. Ooh, I'll fix these colors for a second. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's not terrible. Ads equals money. True. Ads equals money. Just interruptions in conversations. I would feel bad responding to Blanket while he's in ads. Ads will fund the wedding. Mm-hmm. That is the logic. That is the hope. I'm sure that'll definitely make a dent. Speaking of money, I did my taxes right before stream, so I'm glad that's over with for this year. I had jury duty a few weeks ago, and Kai was like, "Oh, you can claim, like, you need to report jury duty, like, income or whatever on your taxes." But I was like, that's not even until next year. Ads haven't started for me yet. Oh, we take that. We don't have to complain, or I won't complain about that. But yeah, on the even and odd period, I wish our school did it like that. We had this whole complicated, like, block period. They called it block period here. I think it's easier to visualize if I go like this. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. And then we had, I think, 6 periods. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these were our classes, and this was the day of the week. And so on Mondays and Fridays, you go to all of your classes, 1 through 6, and 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On Tuesdays, we would go to first period. Hold on, let me think. First period, yeah, second period. Skip third and fourth, go to fifth and sixth. Wednesdays, we would do first period, no second period, third, fourth, no fifth, and then sixth. And then Thursdays, no first, and then we do second, third, fourth, fifth. And I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was so stupid. I feel like I need to color coordinate this. I put that all on one layer, but like, these were the ones that you don't go to. So on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, you only go to 4 classes, but they're like much longer. Like that. Hey Kai, what's up? I'm explaining the block period scheduling that we had, which, again, by the time my siblings were here, they didn't have this anymore, which I was a little bit jealous of, because this was really confusing. How did you peek my mic from all the way over there?
Day 1. Set 14 TFT rank. 3-star 5 cost. I'm him.
Congratulations. You should have streamed it.
Hell no.
Hell no? Why not?
Okay, that's
This
it.
is
Oh my
this
gosh.
Is the guy making those noises, by the way.
Hey. Hold on.
What? You're struggling to.
Why did I write in blood on the window?
Oh my gosh, yeah, why did you write in blood on the windows? Why do you hate hands, Kai?
You remember the boba?
Oh yeah. So once upon a time, towards the end of the school year actually, this exact window was attacked by Kai with boba. So one thing that our friend group used to do a lot was go on a walk to go get boba, just off campus. And he came back one time, and he blew boba through a straw at my window. And I remember this was very close to the end of the year, because, you know, we had like boba stuck to the window. We were trying to wipe it off, but it was still on this little like sidewalk walkway outside. And we cleaned up as much as we could, obviously, because we're like, you know, we're not trying to get in trouble, get fined for like boba stuck to the furniture and stuff. But I remember moving out, and my mom and my sister came to help me move out. And my mom looks at the floor and she's like, "What is that? Why are there like dark spots on the ground?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's boba from when Kai spit boba at my window." But I didn't know how to explain that and like not sound insane. But yeah, that's also some early Kaido Sammy Hane vibe or lore. Ew, it's Kai. Jump scare, I know. Let's see. My school schedule is periods every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, even periods on Wednesday, and then odds on Thursday. Ah, I see. That's a little confusing too, but I feel like easier to manage than the weird block schedule we had. Can you defend yourself? Okay, come defend yourself.
It was our mutual friend that sprayed me with boba.
No, you're right. Okay, that wasn't what happened. He wasn't the one who blew the boba at the window. We had a friend who blew the boba at Kai as a joke.
You guys were in on it.
I wouldn't say we were in on it. We were just aware of it.
Yeah, so that's what it means
well,
to be
no,
in on it.
I feel like in on it means we're like helping out with it.
No, but well, it doesn't matter.
Okay, anyways.
You guys knew about
we
it.
did know about it.
So that when I came over that night, or evening, day, whatever time it was, I don't remember.
Can I also say his original plan was to go into your guys' bathroom and while you were showering to do that. So it could have been worse. But yeah, that's what happened. He blew the boba at Kai, and it was on Kai's shirt. So
and I flung it.
Kai took his shirt off and flung it at the window. That's what happened. You're right. Thank you for helping me with that. I misremembered. I apologize.
Speaking about my bathroom.
Your bathroom.
My old roommate, our freshman year.
Right.
His name was Antonio.
Antonio, okay.
Yeah.
I do remember Antonio.
So he used to go mountain biking. Maybe he still does. He lives around the area, there's some mountains here and there, right? 2 on my chest. Anyways, so he had come back from mountain biking, and occasionally on these rides, he would, quote, eat shit. Okay?
He would eat shit.
He would eat shit. So he had eaten shit, and his leg was all gashed up, torn up, right? And he came and he was like, "Guys, it hurts." Okay? So then he goes into the bathroom and he's trying to shower.
Oh, I remember this story.
He's trying to shower. And then he goes in there, and what does he see? He sees our shower, right? We have 2 shower stalls. And in between them is how you get in. So basically, it's just 2 curtains are facing each other, right?
Yeah.
And he sees both showers occupied and a girl giggling, running in between the 2 showers.
In the boys' bathroom.
Yes, in the male bathroom. As 2 guys, I assume, are passing her around. Okay?
Crazy college experience.
So he goes, "Guys, I'm sorry, but I'm in pain. I just had a mountain biking accident, and I'm just trying to shower, man." And so, they're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll get out. Sorry, you can get on with your show." Right? And then, in the same building, down the hall, right? In a different bathroom, this time upstairs in a girl's bathroom, right? I know of another peer of mine, engineering, okay? Both of them civil engineers. So in fact, they're not peers of mine, they are peers of yours.
Mine, yes. I was actually quite close to one of these individuals.
Yeah, you were close to them.
I was close to both of them at the time, actually. It was awful.
You want to tell it?
No, you can tell it.
And they were dating, right? And so, it's a bathroom. You hang your towels out to dry in there. And then one night, this couple has sex in the bathroom on the floor. this nasty ass tiled freshman bathroom dorm floor. They fuck. And you know what they use to clean up? A towel on the rack that isn't theirs. The next day, they apologize to the owner of said towel, also a friend of yours.
Actually, I think this was one of the other mutual roommates, but
No,
the
it
friend.
was.
It was her roommate. I know who you're thinking of,
Oh.
but it wasn't hers. It was her roommate's.
Oh.
Cause the person we're thinking of would have made a much bigger deal of it.
Fair. I was wrong the entire time then.
No, but it was the roommate that had the same name, which was probably why you got confused.
Well, anyways, that's it. What do you do with all this gold?
Nothing really. It's just bragging rights, which they even say on the FAQs. They're like, there's no purpose for it, but I think there is a leaderboard. I think you can. I haven't tested the commands that come with the fishing thing, but let's see. I almost knocked my water down again. Leaderboard. Let's see if that does anything. Oh, never mind. It does the stream elements one. Okay, I think there is a command in there for the fishing one, but I think I need to set it to something that isn't leaderboard because stream elements already uses leaderboard. But yeah, I'll play with that later. Man, at this point I should just switch to chatting and maybe start winding down.
You're arting, no?
Huh?
Aren't you arting?
I am arting, but I'm also getting distracted a lot. Not like in a bad way. Oh look, it did show the top catches. Okay, that's really small though. Can I make it bigger? Oh look, it has the top catches. I made it nice and big so we
You're
can
my
look
top
at
catch.
My what?
You are my top catch.
Oh, how romantic.
An object.
Oh, okay, less romantic. Gonna go now, but take care, everyone. You're all cool. Thanks, Junior. You're cool too. Have a good night. Take care, and see you next time.
Good night, my boy.
Good night.
Good night, my boy.
If you want to join
I'm
Discord,
gone.
you can.
I'm gone.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay. That's fine.
Alright.
Okay. I'm not even on Discord. I don't even know why I said that, but I mean, I can be, but okay. What color did I make my math notebook? I don't remember, but I do remember what color my mug was. It was white and pink with like little gray chevron thingies. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'll go too much longer anyways, but we'll keep going, keep yapping, keep chilling. Yeah, college had some wild stories, wild times. Another story of Kai's, which I don't know, maybe one day he'll want to tell it on his own too, but was that same roommate, Antonio, that he brought up. So Kai and Antonio both had a habit of sleep talking, and both of them. There was an instance where at the time Kai was dating someone else, but their respective girlfriends were in the room. Both of them were sleeping, and they both just sat up and started talking to each other in their sleep. Yeah. I have a log of all sorts of sleep talking that Kai has done. I think one of the early ones from after we started dating was he just sat up and he just goes, "Sadly, I can't mute you." And for the record, I wasn't saying anything. Kai cheating on Sammy? Wow. No. No, this was before we were dating. Yeah, at the time he was dating another a different person. We were all still friends though. Yeah, so the handle was pink. It was a mug from Target. Oh, actually, I might have. No, I don't think I have a brush that does that. Maybe I should make one. Make my life a bit easier. You know what? I think I will. I'll do that off stream. Make a make a pattern brush. That way I don't have to, you know, work smarter, not harder kind of thing. But I don't think I have the brain capacity for it right now. So, yeah. What should I put in it? I feel like what I drank a lot of was like that packet milk tea, which was like kind of like this color. But I feel like so many things on this page are already very close to this color. Oh, this is fine. That works. Sammy, on the other hand, she's cool. Yeah, I'm so cool. No, she was cool too, but it's the yeah, things happen. When Sammy Mochi art collab, the original plan was for tomorrow. However, I think Kai and I might be a little busy preparing for weekend stuff, unless we do like late tomorrow. I don't know. We'll reconvene, but we were hoping to do tomorrow, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe next week. You should draw Yu buns during your Sammy Mochi art collab. That would be fun. I miss Anju. I haven't seen him in quite a while. Yeah. I hope he's doing okay. I'm just gonna make this green for now. Why not? It might have been green. I don't think there's any way for me to know for sure at this point. It was very like that, I feel like. Because I did have a notebook like that, but I feel like I used it for like chemistry or something. But if I finish groceries fast, we do it. Okay, let's check with Vanilla Mochi, because I feel like he never gave us a for sure. He still said maybe last time we checked. Yu Buns is my child and totally not Anju. Oh right, I forgot. You got a plushie. I forgot. It was for your birthday, right? Yu Buns is a chunky bunny. Yeah. Okay, I do remember you bringing that up. Was that for your birthday? I can't remember now. I just remember you bringing up that you got a present, a gift, a package. I think it was a gift. Yep, birthday. Yeah. When's your birthday again? I feel like it's been a while since, like, I feel like, is that coming up? I didn't miss it, did I? I hope not. I feel like I try my best to remember birthdays, or like at least the general time of people's birthdays, but my memory is not as good as I wish it was. Oops. Oh, that's under that layer. But we'll fill it in anyway so that when we erase it, it'll already be the correct color. The month is odd and the day is even. Month is odd, day is even. Is it May? Ooh, 6 days out. Ooh, is it wait, yeah, is it July 10th? Am I cooking? Am I big brain? Is it July? A summer birthday seems to be ringing a bell. Correct. Heck yeah. Detective Sammy on the case. Woohoo! I'm so smart. July 10th. I'll try to remember that. No promises though. I have the memory of a goldfish. I always wonder how they test a goldfish's memory. Because they always say, like, oh, goldfish have a memory of about 3 minutes. But I'm like, how did you figure that out? Like, that... Like, I assume they do some kind of experiment, like they, like, hide food or something. My girlfriend's birthday is about 23 days before mine. Ooh. Exciting. Yeah, Kai and I also have close birthdays, because his is mid... Yeah, I guess you call it mid to late November. And mine is the 1st of December. So pretty close. And then Vanilla Mochi's a Valentine's Day boy. Except he was on his streaming break during his most recent birthday. Which, now that I think about it, I don't think he's streamed since then, so he's, I guess, technically still on his streaming break. I miss my VTuber kids. Can we collab tomorrow? I guess we'll find out. I might wrap up stream soon because my glasses are starting to hurt my head. She's a Gemini and I'm Cancer. And I'm cancerous. No, you're a very positive energy here. I may not know you outside of the internet, but you seem like a very positive and very fun individual, so. I'll fill in the photo thing here. Let me group these. Let me just start grouping things. Maybe that's what I'll do for now. I'm so cancerous it kills people. No! Only in video games, I hope. Killing people's not nice. Big stretch. Okay, let's see. I killed my girlfriend with my questionable game choices. I see. Like the Mayo game you were mentioning? Or was that you? I suddenly can't remember. I probably shouldn't draw with my glasses off considering how bad my eyes are, but I'm just coloring, so I feel like it should be fine. But my glasses are hurting my ears a bit. But let me just fill in this really quick. Oh. Wow, maybe my eyes are pretty bad without my glasses. I'm leaning into my iPad just a tad bit, kind of squinting. I can't see my model, so I can't tell if it's capturing me, but my glasses are hurting my ears a bit. So I think I feel like this is a good time to maybe chill out for the night. Man, I would play Prosecco on stream, but I can't get the audio to work, and then I don't really want to just play it, like, the audio of the game only, because I don't think that would make sense. Is this all good? No, I don't think so. Layer is that on? Okay. Okay, let me put this back on so I can see. Doo-doo time? Doo-doo raid? Yeah, maybe. Here, I'll switch to just chatting in the meantime. Oh wait, let me also make sure. I don't know if I put the fishing visuals on here, but chatting, I did not. Okay, let me move it here really quick. Okay, cool. Lurk bait should show up there now. Anyways, also a reminder for Kai, because I know you care about the daily redeem. Make sure you did that today, because I can't remember if I saw yours, your daily doodle. But anyways, yeah, thanks for hanging out. This was very fun, and we got to chat a lot and reminisce about high school and college and such. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't think I said hi to Lee, because I think Lee redeemed a daily doodle earlier, but if you're still here, hi Lee. That was 2 hours ago. I don't think he's still here. Yeah, don't forget your daily doodles if you haven't already. Thank you, Junior, who I know went to bed already. Thank you, Viet Beast. Thank you, Kai Hane. Thank you, Blanket. Thank you, who was it at the beginning? Demon something? Dark Shade. That's what it was. Yeah, thank you, Dark Shade. Hello, agent. Welcome, welcome, and also thank you. We're probably gonna wrap up soon. Oops, I'm like breaking all my stream stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, do we want to raid stuff? What's up? Nothing much. We were doing some art stuff, drawing some more trading cards for our wedding, but yeah, in the meantime, my glasses are starting to hurt my head. And so I was like, you know what? This is probably a good time to finish up. Let's see. Who do we want to raid? We've got we could raid Mary. Miss Mary Mello is playing Sunhaven. Let's see. She's still. Let me make sure she's not ending or anything. Nope, she's still going. Okay, yeah, let's raid Mary. Okay. Raid channel. Da, da, da. Mary Mello. There we are. Okay, thank you all for hanging out. I quite enjoy this time, and we might stream tomorrow. It really depends on if Vanilla Mochi is down and if Kai finishes the stuff that he needs to get done early enough. But yeah, until then, see you next time. Yeah, see you maybe tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh wait, let me copy my own raid message. I almost forgot. Okay, your side duck. I know. I want to draw your side duck. I really do want to do that. I have like exactly what I want to draw in my head. I just need the boys to be down to do this with me because they said they wanted to. They just can't decide on a day. But we'll get there. I promise. Yeah, thank you. Talk to you guys later, maybe tomorrow. Bye bye.